Welcome back to Straight Talk. Okay, so the community watching is ongoing. By airing of this show, we'll have more information as to what comes out of the Wednesday night meeting at KSCS.
And in our next show, obviously we'll have, hopefully we'll have Jeremiah back and to explain some of the outcome of it and what were some of the suggestions and comments and how the progression of that's going.
But I think also we ought to also have people on who are, let's say, representatives from the 207 from the men's side of things to explain a bit about how that's going in terms of the community patrols.
And it's important. I mean, it's important that let's who's who and what are people doing. Some of the comments that I said earlier and some of the things was that the community are saying, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? And it's true. Unless you know, how do you get to know who's out there? How do you know if they're actually out there patrolling or if they're trying to rob you? You know, I mean, other than they're coming into your house, but you know, what's their function and what are they doing? I mean, we have some documentation, but if we have the individuals on the show and talking about it, that's something else. There was one question that we wanted to do, I guess, a poll on our news site, but on the MohawkTV.ca site was we wanted, I guess, to ask the community. I said, do you think that the community watch will be effective in Kahnawake in terms of helping to curb the crime? So, you know, if you have any suggestions or if you'd like to answer that, you can go to MohawkTV.ca and then, you know, take the poll and we'll put the outcome on the next show as to how that goes. And it also, you know, the more people that are involved in the community watch, the better it is for the whole community, and it's going to help everybody, regardless.
I mean, it only can be positive. I mean, like I said before, it's an extra set of eyes for the Kahnawake peacekeepers, which I know Ross wants to bring up something about a theft that happened in a community, and you know, maybe if there was more, you know, like I said, extra set of eyes out there could have, you know, made sure this type of stuff doesn't happen in our community.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, and just before, I want you to discuss that, but just before, one of the things is that even though that this incident happened with one of the elders, and the individuals weren't from this community, there's a lot of crimes that are being committed in this community from community members, and I think this is a prime example. There was an individual who lost some articles from their back porch. If you want to.
Yeah, no, I actually, a community member, I'm going to mention the name, obviously, because very specific. Rita Tuax approached me yesterday at the Young Adults Program and said, Ross, I don't know if you'd be interested. And frankly, I don't believe she was saying, can you bring this and talk about this on your show? But to let me know that they were doing a fundraiser, which is as of Friday. If you know, you might be watching this today, 11 o'clock in the morning till 2 p.m. Is a fundraiser at the home of Rita and Carol Tuax, which is back of the Knights of Columbus and Dustin's. And then the reason being is that there was a theft of hockey equipment from, and I'm guessing it's a grandson, Rawerdas Tuax McGregor, and it's goalie equipment. They're very expensive pads, almost $1,000 for pads, maybe more.
Goalie equipment is some of the most expensive stuff in hockey.
Horses die for that. But the fact was it was stolen on Friday night. September 2nd or early Saturday morning, September 3rd, and right from his porch. So there it is. It was taken goalie's glove, catcher, helmet, chest protector, pads, and bags, over $2,000. Okay, so that's something. You know what? It's like your own community, your own porch. And there's a certain amount of that, that's going on. We're talking about people coming from the outside, but what about things? I mean,
Yeah.
there's a whole thing goes on with bicycles.
That sort of stuff happens on I'm not gonna say a nightly basis, but almost
it happens a lot.
almost every weekend in the community during the summertime, and it's unfortunate, and we have to look at ourselves in the mirror out there and make sure that we're trying to promote safety for our community, but we have to look at ourselves sometimes in the mirror and say, you know what, I mean, we're stealing off our own people, we're damaging our own people's property. We sort of have to.
And yeah, so on Friday, this Friday, what is it? The date of that? September 9th,
Yeah.
from 11 to 2, the home of Rita and Carol Tuax behind the Knights of Columbus.
There's a phone number on the bottom.
Go there. They're doing a fundraiser, and if you would like to donate, there's a phone number. It's 450-632-6648. If anybody plays hockey, they know goalie equipment is very expensive, and if you play hockey more than once, your equipment usually isn't smelling the best. So majority of the people
Air it out on their
on their porches, and it's funny is that
thinking
now,
it's safe there.
you think that it's safe on your own back porch, and then here somebody steals it. So if you can help out, then definitely do that. But on a softer note, I guess the Condors are back in play, and I hear they have a new player in town.
From town?
Yeah. I just want to congratulate my son, Kai Horn, for making the Condors, and he's sort of a young man playing, he plays golf, that's his number one sport, but also hockey during the winter time, and it's just shows especially to minor hockey here in the community. He had stopped playing double-letter hockey after PVAA, and he always played in the Ganawagi minor hockey system. He worked hard, and he made the Condors. I wish him well, and obviously it only can be a good thing for our community. Not just saying that because he's my son, but right across the board.
If anybody's involved in hockey at a higher caliber, you were one of them. Mm-hmm. It's tough. A lot of people think that trying to make the team, regardless of whether it's the Condors, but junior, the AAA is tough. It's not easy. Yeah. There's a lot of people who try out for those teams and have a hard time to get through even the practices.
Yeah. But like I said, hopefully it sends a message to the rest of the community members that play minor hockey that you don't have to play double letters. You don't have to play high caliber throughout your early years. That if you work hard, and especially the message I send to not only my kids but everybody's kids is to try and stay away from negative stuff in our community like drugs and you can do a lot of good things. There's a lot of potential in our community, and
we had a lot, and we still have a lot of good hockey players out there that who've come through the ranks and played, from minors to professional, and congratulations to your son. We wish him luck. Yeah. Get out there and support the Condors. I know that their tickets are for sale right now, and for home games, and I think that their preseason they've been winning most of their games, so they're starting off a good year, and with a good player too. So
yeah, we're hoping. I mean, we'll see how it goes.
So once again, congratulations! Thank you very much for coming back.
Yeah, anytime. I just want to make sure that I get my message out to the community in a positive way. We start talking about the radio thing right away, and I want to sort of end on that. It's just I apologize to anybody in the community that feels that my stance on the situation offends them in any way. I got into office to do my best for the people, and I always will as long as I'm there. I mean, obviously it's an election year. I don't know what the future holds for me, but over the next year, I'm going to try and do my best for the people of Ganawagi, and if I get elected, I'll keep trying to do it. If I don't, I'll turn that chapter of my life and move on. But while I'm there, I'm going to do my best for the people and have no regrets.
the thing is like for us, we have to make somebody our target, you know, and you know, we do appreciate all the time if any of the council chiefs come on, and it's just, don't take it personal. I mean, we're gonna talk about you your whole term, you know,
Yeah.
and if you get in or you don't get in, but we more or less look at a lot of things and calling it to task and seeing how things are gonna work out, and, you know, but that's, these
But,
shows
but
have
hold
to
on,
do
but,
it.
but that's our role. You know,
Yeah,
that's,
I mean-
that's the thing, is
And we
that,
have to understand it. We understand that going in. We know that. I mean,
You know, I tell people all the time, don't take it personal. It's we're going to talk about everybody. So it's like,
Yeah.
and
I never
and
did
if
that. I
and
never
if
did
you're
that.
controversy, if there's controversy, then more so. But
just
you know,
so happens I'm right in the
it's-
middle of controversy in the last 2 years. But
It's a tough job. I mean, even the 12, 14 years that you were with police, and then maybe even in the future, if you're doing your job, there's always going to be a complaint somewhere. And I always say that. I say that to the police. If there's no complaints about you, maybe you're not doing your job the right way. But unfortunately, that's what we are. And,
I'm just gonna keep doing my best for the people.
Anyway, thanks again. And if anybody else would like to come on the show, just give us a call. We always have an open seat.
always got an open seat.
Always have an open seat. So that's another episode of Straight Talk. If you have any questions or comments surrounding the show or any of our shows, you can email us at www.mohawktv.ca or call us at 450-632-NEWS. That's 450-632-6397. Nyawa.
You know, thank you for having me.
Oh, no.